This is off stage now. I'll walk on. Hi. Like you can see the comedians always do like this. Always get the mic off the stand. Just hold the mic now, like, you know, it's not on the stand anymore. You pull it off the stand, you're like, hey look, see now I'm walking around with the microphone. I didn't spend like 10 minutes making a stand or anything for this exact sketch. For that one joke, but you know, time to reassemble it. What a great opening. That probably made you all laugh hysterically now. Don't know if you've ever been to cycling class. Cycling class is, in my opinion, the first circle of hell. Cycling class is awful for many reasons. So you get in there, you get on this fake bike, doesn't go anywhere, which I hate about fake bikes. This cycle bikes, they don't actually move you. It's like you're doing all the work to move, but you don't move. Hilarious. It's getting good. Not really though, but sure. So then cycling class starts. So you get on the bike and you start pedaling, and well, so then you start the pedaling, and the music starts playing, and it's always like dubstep, like doo 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 doo. I'm like, I'm not pumped up by this. This makes me feel like I'm in a nightclub. I just want to drink to this. I feel like dancing to this. I don't feel like biking to this, but they play it. You start biking and you're on that bike and you're pedaling as fast as you can possibly go. And they say, come on, pick up the speed. Pick up the speed. And I'm just like, I cannot go faster. Sweat dripping from my forehead. Panting like this. And they're like, come on, just keep going. Just keep going. Another 10 minutes. 10 minutes left. I'm like, it's been 20 seconds. And pretty much me, they've got 99 already typed in their phone. Really hit the last digit to fund me an ambulance because I am not going to survive this. But alas, I keep going. Keep cycling as hard as I can. And I think finally, getting in the rhythm, the woman comes over, turns on my bike. Because on level 5 difficulty, they turn up to 8, like, oh, you can handle this. Walk away. I'm like, I cannot handle 5. I thought you would turn that bike right down. But no, they turn it right up again. Right up higher than it was already at. It's like I was going up Mount Everest and they're like, no, cycle up the moon. Go to the moon. And I'm like, what is this hell? And so I keep going. I keep trying to cycle. Panting, obviously, realizing immediately I should not have entered this class. But it's my event. It said beginners. What is advanced if this was beginners? Because this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I've done a lot of hard things. I've actually hiked. I've did Duke of Edinburgh. I went up a mountain for days, barely any rest, hiked for 4 straight hours without any breaks whatsoever. And this cycle class was harder. I've did 5 miles of a marathon, a leg just. Alas, the last leg, because I had the longer leg, but no, I didn't have the energy for it, so they gave me a shorter one. That's how much energy I have. I get winded from walking upstairs. I could be on the 4th step and I'm like, they really need a seat for these steps. They should have a halfway point on these steps. I should really catch my breath, get a snack, get some water, then keep going. But no, steps didn't have that. I should really petition for that at some point. Because imagine me going into an office being like, hello, I'm here. Not an office, but government building. I call them offices. Go into the government building and be like, hello, I've got a proposal. Yes, just wait here. Stands out someone. Alright, what are you here to do? I'm here to get more funding for my at-risk youth centre. We're barely surviving on the budget we have. And I'm like, that's really noble of you. And they're like, so what are you here for? I'm like, I'm here because I think stairs should have a shared halfway point where you can take a little break. Because I sometimes get a little out of breath going upstairs. And they're being the sweetest they can be, being like, that is a worthy thing. I hope you get the funding. And I'm like, no, I should not get the funding. That got real fast. It's hard to believe I wrote this beforehand and thought, yes, even though that gets real fast. I'll keep that in the sketch review. I'll keep that in my standard routine that I'm saying to no one and have full ability to press pause and restart it. I'll keep that in. It's great. It's gold. So I'm in cycling class, going on this bike as fast as I can possibly go. I'm just like, yeah, I can do this. Oh yeah, I'm still going, listening to the dubstep, really out of breath, barely functioning. And they're like, it's halfway through, ladies. I'm like, get the gender right, and they keep going. And so I'm just going more and more, still going, trying to get up this bike. And then trying to not up the bike, and not even going anywhere. Still trying to go and look outside the window, and I see it. A man with an ice cream. And I'm like, I want the ice cream. I don't want to get in shape. I don't know why I'm in this gym. I don't know why I'm in cycle class. I want the ice cream. And so my mouth starts to dribble water, like, oh my goodness, that ice cream. And they ask, are you still going? And I'm just like, ice cream. People look at me like, is she asking for ice cream? Does she want ice cream during this? And you gotta realize I'm not in good shape at all. Some of them have 6-packs. One person had abs. They are in shape. And I'm like, you're not beginners. You're in this class to show off. And she's like, you're all doing so well. Each and every one of you. And I'm like, I'm not doing well. Stop lying to me. I just asked for ice cream. I just, in the middle of your workout, said ice cream. And you all looked at me and you all pretended it didn't happen. But I wanted that ice cream, and I'm not ashamed. We all should have wanted ice cream. So then we keep going in the cycle class. We keep cycling, and she's like, only 5 minutes left. Let's pick up the pace. Let's get more extreme. Cycle harder. And turns everyone's bikes to 10. Now, it felt like I was cycling towards the moon. 10. I thought 8 was bad. Oh, 10 was a whole new level. Actually, 2 new levels. And so 10. It felt like I was one of Santa's reindeers pulling his sleigh. But each kid asked for Mount Everest, Mount Rushmore, and 50 boulders each. And I was with a reindeer, sitting there like, yes, Santa, let's deliver these presents. Also, there's no way every child deserved that present. I was delivering all these presents to Santa's reindeer. And I know not all children are good. I've seen some terrible ones, and one kicked me in the balls. Yeah. This sucks about being transgender. I have the wrong genitals. That's right, had to mention it. It's my thing. And then the child proceeded in our 20 minutes later to tell me what Santa gave them for Christmas. And I'm like, Santa should not have given you anything. You're so cruel. This wasn't the first time he injured Nat there. He injured at least 2 others and swore like a trooper. I'm like, oh honey, Santa would not have given you anything. But alas, another sidetrack. So we're going on this at 10, and I am sweating. I think I've lost like 12 pounds sweating here. I'm like, this is a great workout. Pulls a sweat beneath me. I'm like, maybe we can go for a swim after this. And we can swim in my sweat. It's like 6 feet deep at this point. I'm like, guys, can you even like breathe anymore? The sweat's higher than us. We're all having to breathe underwater at this point. There's so much sweat. But we keep going. We keep going. And there's 2 minutes left, and they're like, only 2 minutes. If I need to stop now, go right ahead. And I'm like, I need to stop. About to try and stop, and I look around, and they're all still going perfectly. And I'm like, you know what? No, I can't stop. I can't let the fat community down like this. They're all in shape. They're all looking great with their bodies. I'm like, there's no way I can stop now. I know what they'll all think of me. I know the looks I'll get. And I'm not handling this. So I keep going and going, and she's like, 30 seconds, let's stand up. So instead of sitting down the bike, which at least I got a seat, we stand and cycle on our feet, using even more energy every second to stand up. And as you go down, I'm like, I could just stop here. Down, I could stop here. And I could stop here. I could stop here. But I keep going. 10 seconds left, and she's like, let's pump this up. And then we all have to speed up, and I'm barely at 1 mile per hour because I can barely breathe. And I'm like, yeah, we should speed this up. Could we be faster? And then we finally stop, and I'm basically fainting at this point. and I get a water bottle and I down that all in 5 seconds flat. And they're all leaving. She's like to me, I don't think you can handle this class. I think you need to get an easier class. And I'm like, it's a beginner's class. What easier class is there? Of course, she's like, it's your first time. You'll be better next time. I'm like, there is no next time. I'm quitting this gym and I'll never be back. But of course, to fully quit, you gotta cancel your membership. Through that, you've got to tell the front desk you're quitting the gym, and they're like, really? Is this gym not good enough for it? You know, you don't want to be in shape, and to give you the whole spiel, making you feel worse. Like, you know what? I really feel like you could get in great shape here. If you don't want to be part of the gym, if you're not committed to this gym, you can quit now. And I was like, yep, I'm committed. I can stay in this gym. I can keep going, knowing I'll never be back. And what will happen is they'll try and charge me, and it'll just fail, and then I'll be cancelled by default, and it'll ruin my credit. But sure, it's better ruining my credit, making sure I can never really flick it out of the house, and it'll affect me the rest of my life, than having to say no to a random stranger, because that makes my anxiety bad. So then, I'll tell you the worst, the very most annoying, soul-crushing part of the entire cycle class. The instructor, they don't cycle. I know. If this was live on audience, they'd be gasping into like, what? They sit on a bike, but they don't pedal. They just sat on the bike, didn't move their feet, but encouraged us to continue cycling. And I'm just like, practice what you preach. You start cycling that bike, and I'll start cycling mine then. I'll get better and better if you even move your feet. And I was just saying it all the time, like, you're not doing anything, you're not doing anything. How are you in such great shape? You're not doing anything, you hypocrite. And so that's why I don't like cycling class. But if I'm ever asked, I'll talk about the cycling class experience. If someone asks me, did you do your cycling class? I'm like, oh yeah, it's so refreshing, so good. I'd recommend it highly. Do you want to go to cycling class together? And I'm looking at them like, you don't say yes. I will never do this. I will fake illness for months. I will move where I live. I will just do whatever it takes to not say no to the person asking and not to go. Cycling classes are one of the worst things in the world. And if you enjoy cycling classes, good for you. But I don't understand at all why you would like them or why they exist. Cycling classes are the worst thing in the world. I get cycling, you have some downhill where you can stop pedaling as much, you can brake. At the end, you get to go to the location. It's a great journey. You have the outside, you have nature, you actually go somewhere doing it. I cycle for, I believe, I cycled on ground. I could be in America right now. I live in Northern Ireland. I could be in America. I felt like I could have cycled under that ocean. For the sweat I had, I might as well have been cycling under an ocean. And so I'd say that's my time, but really I'm in my house. This is all optional. I have no time. But that's all I have to say about cycling classes. I assure you have not enjoyed this because, let's be honest, it's not really funny. But it's my first stand-up routine. Very unprepared. This isn't even a real microphone stand. This is just a tripod which I put my podcasting mic on. It's not even plugged in.